Hello everybody, welcome back to another GPO, well, tier list. As you can see, the tier list is already made, but that's because I'm using basically the one I did on the previous video, and I will be updating it to the new update. So let's start with D tier. Now remember that they added an evasive this update. The evasive makes it so that you can dodge a combo or any move that has multiple moves, and you'll take no damage and you can escape. Now this has an impact in a lot of fruits, so that's why this tier list will be updated. So Kilo, it's still garbage. You can fly, I guess, but you'll never land it. Now Spin. Spin has a combo extender, which is a spin thing, right? That is actually pretty good. But with the evasive, basically Spin got nerfed as a whole. The combo extenders have barrage, meaning you can dodge that easily with your evasive and basically escape the combo. So if that's the only thing you have going for, and it's now gone, well, your only hope is that your combo extender has a smaller cooldown than the evasive, which is 30 seconds. If it has, then that means you can get it back before they get their evasive, and then you can actually land your combo. But the evasive problem will make it so that you can only land once, and then they'll just evade again. Alright, then we have Suke. Now why is Suke above Spin if Spin can do the combo extender? Well, because this tier list is more into PvE than PvP, because not everyone is into PvP. So mostly we'll be judging these fruits more on the PvE side than the PvP. And also, instead of having a PvP build like all into M1s, we'll be judging them by having a fruit build, all into fruit. So if you put everything into fruit on Suke, why? You're not gonna get extra damage, maybe on the little rock throw. But the reason why it's above Spin is because Suke makes you invisible. Right? The NPCs can't see you, and you can attack them while you're invisible. You can also make your friends invisible, but it's not really practical. And this fruit is actually really good for Impel Down, the new mode, the new dungeon raid thing, where you loot roguelike thing. But 4U caught on to that and basically made it so that the bosses can't see you. So now Suke is back to the bottom. It's still sort of good for waves of NPCs, but when it comes to the boss, you're kind of screwed. Right, now Heal Fruit. Heal Fruit is, well, it just heals you. For PvE, it has no value, and it will, I think it heals NPCs too, so if you're fighting somebody and you gotta heal yourself, you'll probably heal the enemy too. You don't want that. This is mostly a PvP fruit, and even if it's PvP, it'll heal your opponents, so it's not really good at all. Why is it above though? Because you can heal your allies and Impel Down, and honestly, I'd eat Suke above, so I'll just put it down. It's really, it has no value. Like, it only heals your teammates, so I guess it'll be useful in PvP when it's 2v2s or crews. But outside of that, it really has no value. So Suke is better. And I'll put it, yeah. It's more useful than Kilo though. Honestly, I don't see anything heal can do other than, of course, heal yourself. Heal yourself now! It doesn't have any damage. It doesn't do any damage, no combo extenders. Not useful. Other than, of course, when you're with your teammates. So I'm just gonna put it there. Marrow. Well, Marrow is still Marrow, but with the evasive, most of it got nerfed, so it kind of just stays there. Nothing really happened. Now, Horo, it's really good. You put everything into Horo, 1,000 damage little ghosts. That's crazy, because this fruit, the more points you put into it, the more ghost you can generate with the ghost move. So you can have like 20 of those and they do a lot of damage. And I don't think you can block them, because if you do, you'll get blocked broken. This fruit is really good for single NPCs. Like when you're fighting multiple, you're kind of screwed. unless you do GPO. You send your ghosts, and then make sure that everyone's grouped up, and then blow them up. Then you'll get all of them. But it's pretty hard to do consistently. It's still really good for bosses. It does 1000 damage. Now Bari is better than Horror because it has AoE attacks, and if you put everything into Bari, you can do 80 damage wall, and that has a lot of area to cover. It hits an entire wave of enemies, and it does 80 damage, I think the max was. Well, that doesn't sound that good, and you might think Horror is better. But Bari has the stairs, it has the cage that does a lot of damage and it guard breaks, and it has a lot of cheese potential too with the cage. The ultimate is really good too. Honestly, Horror might be better this time. I might change that. Now Yomi, it has a barrage, which is nerfed by evasive. It has the freeze. It's really good. Honestly, I'd rather use this than Spring. Spring, with all points into fruit, has 0 damage. It does no damage. The damage scaling is really bad, unless I tried the wrong build. But my friend used it, he put everything into the fruit, and it does no damage. It has a lot of barrages, meaning you can just get out of them with evasive. Not sure what the cooldowns look like, but Yomi is better because you can revive yourself. Now Gomu. Gomu is crazy. It's crazy. It has gear 2. Most of its moves are really good. The Gatling is really good. It's honestly better than Ito right now. Ito, the only thing it had going was the little parasite spring that you can evasive out of now. So the whole combo is gone, reduced to ashes, so I'm gonna put that below Yomi too. The evasive really just nerfed everything. Honestly, I might, because what else does... No, actually, it's still... I'd say I'd rather this over Spring. Then Bomu is still really good. Bomu is probably the best rare. Actually, no, it's still the best rare. What am I talking about? The ultimate. You can still one-shot stuff, and it's probably the best one for grinding at early levels. Now, to B tier. Paw has barrages, nerfed. So yeah, but here's something very interesting. So you know how Sushi, the whole thing Sushi had was Sushi pull, and now you have an evasive. So Sushi is no longer good. It's good for doing, actually, wait, yeah. Pause PvP only, nerfed by the evasive, it goes down. Sushi, the Sushi pull, I was stuck in mainly PvP now that I think about it, because Sushi for PvE is crazy. Kage sucks. Kage sucks. All barrages too, evasive nerfed. Honestly, rather Paw. Paw is better for PvE too, because it has more guard breaks, it has the big ultimate. Kage is garbage. Don't eat. Don't. Honestly, Bomu is better. Yeah, that's right. Bomu, the rare, is better than a legendary. Alright, he is really good. I don't know why For You said, alright, I think he needs a buff. So, we'll make it so that you can freeze people that are ragdolled. Why? Why? Literally why? Anyways, Hiei is the best for ship farming. You put everything into Hiei, like 1001, and it one-shots every single ship. Best for ship farming. It does a lot of damage too, so you can use it for PvE, sorry. And it's really good. It has AoE too, and it has moves that have no cooldown. I think it was Ice Peak or something like that. It throws a spear. It has no cooldown. You can use that in dungeons. You can get all the way up and then just spam that from above. You'll never go down. Now Suna unfortunately got nerfed, and it had a lot to do with its moveset. And it kinda sucks now. So I'm gonna put... The only thing Suna has going, I guess, is Desert Cutlass. I'm not sure if they changed anything, honestly. Actually, yeah, Desert Tornado is really good. He has Stomp, and that's kinda it. Everything else is more projectiles. Not bad. Yeah, Suna has more AoE. But for PvP, this has been gutted. I think it's pretty good for PvE. Gura is the king of non-Logias. Gura will always be the best at AoE, multiple NPCs. And it's actually really good now for bosses. You can stun the bosses. So I think I'm going to put this... Nah, never mind. It stays at top of B tier. It's really good. If you have Gora and you have nothing else, eat that. Now, we're going into A tier. We're gonna make some good changes here. Yuki was nerfed pretty bad on the ultimate, but it was a fair change. So we're gonna put this down to the bottom. Yuki's really good though in PvP and PvE. For PvE, it's pretty good. It's really good. But it is outshined by Goro. Goro got buffed, and it's crazy now. And Goro has less stamina consumption. It has less, I think, a cooldown buff, like it got reduced. Not sure. It got a super armor change, like the super armor was changed somewhere else, and it got removed from another move. But Goro is crazy now, with the flight and everything. Yeah, Yami, okay. Yami was a fruit that relied on combos, right? And most of the combos are for PvP. They don't work in PvE. If you put everything into Yami, then I guess it would work for PvE, because every move would do a lot of damage. But the bad thing is that the NPCs can do evasives and the boss can do evasive now. So your moves that are basically barrages will be not that useful anymore. Yuki is actually better than Yami right now. Now Goro is still... Wait, I already talked about Goro, sorry. Goro above Yuki. Very good. Mobility. The ultimate is... it's a classic ultimate, very good. Thunder or El Thor, whatever it's called, very good. Projectiles are very good. Lightning paralyzation is good. Everything's good. Now we're going to talk about Tori. Tori was underrated. Nothing basically changed, but now everyone realized, oh my god, Tori's crazy. And so Tori is now... Actually, I might even put it on S tier, because I have to agree. I tried Tori, and Tori is crazy. Why is Tori crazy? We have barrages, but aren't those nerfed by the evasive? Yes, they're nerfed by the evasive, but the barrages is, well, not that important, honestly. What's important about this fruit is the PvE side of it. The PvE side of it is crazy. You have a projectile which has a cooldown of 5 seconds and does around 500 damage every time you use it, or you land the 3 projectiles. You have a self-heal. You can just heal yourself, and nothing else will take stamina. The only thing that takes stamina in your kit, I think, is Immortal Tister and your heal. Nothing else. I guess your barrage, but that's very not noticeable. Flying and changing into other forms takes no stamina. That is crazy. I think it's the only fly that doesn't take stamina. And it's really fast. Absolutely crazy. Goated. Eat it. Next, we have Pika. Wait, Magu. Magu, I think he got a buff to Magma Swamp. But that's it. This fruit is still pretty mediocre. Honestly, I'd rather Goro over Magu, but Magu is still really good for PvE. It's still the GOAT for PvE. The scaling is really high when you put everything into it. It's absolutely crazy, but it has nothing going on for it. Eruption, I guess, is still good, but after the nerfs, it's not. Eh. It's only PvP side, but it's still really good for PvE, so, which is why I'll put it there. Actually, if you have nothing else, no other legendaries, eat this. Better than Gura in that sense. It has burn, crazy burn, lots of projectiles that are AoE. It's really good. Now Pika got a buff this update. They made Mirror Kick daze or ground, I think. Meaning Mirror Kick is now a combo extender. Finally. Finally. But Pika is still Pika for PvP, so yeah, you know, I guess. But for PvE, still crazy. Pika Laser though, you have to cheese it by, like cheese whatever you're cheesing by standing tall somewhere in a tower or whatever. It's still really good for PvE, probably the best for PvE. If you get this fruit early, you're gonna destroy anything. You'll level up really fast. Now, another change, Ope. Ope nerfed by the evasive. They nerfed its Gamma Knife. Now it knockbacks, it no longer combo extends, and I rather Pika for farming. It's still really good, but for farming, I'd rather Magu and Pika. Now, Mera, Mera got a 35% damage buff on Hiken, and 35% damage buff on Flame Pillar. Why the hell? I don't know. Why the hell did it get a buff? I don't know. It didn't need a buff. It's crazy. You put 1,000 points into this fruit and you'll be doing 30 damage burn plus 140 he can. 109 tick flame pillar. Do you know how crazy that is? With a whole flame pillar you do 729 damage if you hit it all. So for farming, this fruit is crazy. This fruit does it all. It does PvP, PvE, ship farming. It has a flight that I got the speed buffed, like the flight got buffed. Why? I don't know. And it's not nerfed by the evasive. You know why? Because everything it does is burst damage. It's not a barrage. It does nothing. Now Firefly's also got a change. Firefly's now stuns. Do you know what that means? If your opponent is holding a move or is about to do a move and you hit him with Fireflies, it'll cancel it. It'll cancel his move. And it'll stun them, which means you can start an M1 combo. Mera is absolutely crazy right now. And now that Fireflies has stun, you can do the up tilt combo with the Fireflies more reliably now. It's still the same where you have to block at the end of it so that they don't M1 you back. But it's more reliable now. And it does a lot of damage. 200 damage for free. It's crazy. Honestly, I'll put this in S tier. Eat this fruit immediately. Unless you have a mythical, one of these mythicals. Now, Buddha is crazy. I know, I think I've said that already, a lot from other fruits. But Buddha is pretty good. For PvP, it's mostly PvP, like oriented to fruit. But when you go big, you can solo bosses really well. It's unbelievable. The damage reduction you get for being in giant form is crazy, and the damage scaling, if you put everything on fruit, is also crazy. But I think it loses to Tori. And I think it also loses to Mera. It's still goated though. In Impel Down, you can solo bosses with Buddha basically, but you have to have a lot of health though. And it does a lot of damage. It's crazy. Like, you're so big, you're literally walking does damage. Now Mochi, I'm sad to say, this update, despite getting a buff from the ultimate, it got nerfed by the evasive. All of Mochi's moves are barrages, right? And on top of that, the cooldowns are insanely long. Now why is that a problem? Because the evasive is only 30 seconds, right? So it's a pretty big cooldown. But here's the problem. Mochi's barrages and moves are also 30 seconds of cooldown. Meaning, you're doing in one combo, bam, 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 bam. You land your barrage combo extender, whoops, the evasive out of it, and now your move is not back until they get their evasive back. because the evasive had the same cooldown as your barrage. So now you're basically unable to land that move anymore. They'll always wait for you to land that move and use their evasive. That's of course if you have everything on fruit. If you have everything on sword, then you're gonna win. Then you have your ultimate that got buffed. They made it so that it combo extends now. Your ultimate, when you slam it, it stuns them and makes them go, I think it was dazed. And after that, you can immediately touch E, which is your barrage, and you make a high damage combo. But you're evasive. So the evasive out of it, you wasted a lot of stamina. It's over. Which is why I'll be putting this below Tori. And I'll be putting this below Mara. Still very good fruit, you should eat it. But actually Mochi has the chestnut. I forgot about that. Chestnut's really good. Yeah, I'll put it there. And now, final Venom. Venom is so crazy. It got nerfed. The Venom Spit got nerfed. Insanely crazy. But it's still, yeah, it's still the king. The king of PvE and PvP. In PvP, even if you're bad at M1 traits, you're gonna kill them because of poison. 40 damage poison? Tick? Like, that's crazy. Your ultimate being become a boss with no knockback is absolutely broken. So Venom is still the king of everything. But now Tori is a close second because of the heal. Now if we were to, honestly, Mochi and Tori are both in the same like tier. But yeah, these are the 5 S tier fruits you need to eat. Or you should eat. And that is all, folks. This new update with the evasive, I don't know, they kinda did nothing. They did something with the evasive, but then did nothing at the same time, because yeah, now you can't get combo by Kiribashis or all the other stuff, but you're still gonna be, well, you kinda, I don't know, it's just, it does nothing. The evasive does nothing. It only does something if, well, your opponent has Mochi or fruits like that with high cooldowns. Kinda nerfs them. But yes, there's a new tier list. If you wanted to hear the whole ramble, then thank you for listening to me rambling about it. But you're probably skipping to the end to see the fruits and you don't want to hear the explanation, then that's fine as well. I would do the same. Well, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.